currently streaming live.
All right, everybody, we'll get started in just a minute. We're going to let folks have another minute to sign on, and then we'll get started with our police commission meeting today.
Bowden.
All right, if it's okay with everybody, I'm going to go ahead and get started with our notices for tonight. So today is June 16th, 2021. This is the monthly meeting of the Kingston Police Commission. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. I want to remind everyone that this meeting is being recorded. This meeting is also streaming live to YouTube and will be available on our City of Kingston website at kingston-ny.gov. After this meeting, it will also be posted on our web page. I'm joined tonight by Commissioner Don Mapes, Commissioner Brad Jordan, and Commissioner Shanika Bowden. I'm also joined by Police Chief Egidio Tinti and Deputy Chief Mike Bonds. Thank you all for being here, and we'll officially call this meeting to order at 4:03 p.m. First, at this point, I don't believe we have any public comments scheduled to speak this evening. If you are interested in speaking, you can email police commissioners at kingston-ny.gov to be able to let us know that you're interested in speaking. We will get you scheduled to do that on our monthly meeting. We also take written comments. You can use the complaint form or the comment form, or just also email us at Kingston police commissioners at kingston-ny.gov. You can also visit the kingston-ny.gov/police commission website with all of the details about the work that we do. So with that, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve last month's police commission meeting, as well as yesterday's special police commission metion meeting. We've got two video transcripts for those. So I'd like to ask for a motion to approve both of those minutes. So can I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Jordan. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Bowden. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, great. So moving on, we're going to go ahead and just ask for a report of the chief this evening. Chief, what is new in your world?
So from last month, we did start the 4 new hires. They came in this week. They are currently going under some training. 2 of them are officers already, so we can kind of move them right into the field training program once they've completed their initial 4 or 5 days of training in-house. The other 2 will be assigned by shift and rotating through those shifts. They can't actually be put into field training, but they are scheduled to go into the next police academy, which is scheduled for August 2nd.
Great. And do you want to let us know? I saw some positive, Facebook activity related to our community engagement initiative. I think Sergeant Osterhout was out with Alderwoman Worthington and Tyrone Wilson. But do you want to give an update on how kind of our community engagement activities are going?
Absolutely. So we have it on our posted the video from the Daily Freeman onto our Facebook page. Sergeant Osterhout and Officer Liam Engel both were on part of that coverage. Very positive interactions we've had. We've had numerous, but not really enough. Unfortunately, we do run into overtime and staffing issues, but we're doing everything we can. It is being well received. I'll tell you what, very impressive how once we got the initial buy-in from both the cop side and the community side, that this is working out very well. So the walking posts, that we continue to do those as part of the shift. We are averaging one walking post per officer per shift. We're shooting for 2. In some cases, we managed to do that. It is call dependent. We knew that going into it, but that is working out as well. And we encourage the officers to take the photographs or meet with community members during those 15, 20-minute walks. So that also is very positive.
Good. And I think that those are all my, I don't have any other updates either from my side that I could think of. But do you have anything else? If not, we'll move on. Anyone have any questions for the chief?
The only other thing report-wise, and we're very fortunate. We were able to send 9 of our patrol officers and detectives to the most recent crisis intervention training, CIT training. Absolutely well received by everyone who attended. It was put on, co-hosted by the Saugerties Police Department and held at SUNY Ulster at their campus, plenty of room to spread out, and it was very successful. Attended the graduation. Our retired Lieutenant Crozier, Detective Lieutenant Crozier, was one of the instructors there, and everybody came back with positive feedback. The deputy chief, right? He said they came back and said, let's try to do some of this stuff right now and implement it on an in-service basis. So at this point, the last class we held about 2 years ago had 14 in it. We're doing 9. By our last count, we have about 22 to 23 people that still have to go through it. But our goal is to try to get everybody through CIT. That was definitely something that came up during the re-envisioning police task force. And I think for us, it is one of our main goals.
And speaking of that, your officers, along with some of our sister agencies, also work to be able to help a person in crisis on the Word Street Bridge this past weekend. And so I just want to thank your team, who worked to bring that scenario to a peaceful end for all involved. But thank you. It just shows why the crisis intervention training is so important for our officers that are both on patrol and who are working in various different divisions of the department to be able to have that training so that they can help talk someone, off the ledge. So
yeah, it was great. Dep, do you want to talk about that? You were present during the situation.
Yeah, it was, everybody came together great. The emergency services unit responded. We brought in our crisis negotiation team. Given the dynamics of it, they were able to be boots on the ground with the ESU members. Kingston Fire Department had their rope rescue team there for us in case we needed that. And Ulster County Sheriff and State Police came in as well. And really everybody worked together well. Everything ran smoothly. And actually, I went out of my way to go out and thank several people because I thought that really the coordination and the effort and the communication with one another was great.
Great. Well, thank you for that update. So that's what I had for any other old business. I didn't have anything on my list for old business.
We did have one complaint that we would take up in executive session as well. It came in over the course of the month.
Yeah. Thank you, Brad. Next thing we have for under new business is we do have some additional hiring. Last night we held a series of interviews for lieutenant. Today we're going to be hearing, while leading a series of interviews for sergeant. And so we'll be doing that tonight. We do expect after executive session to come back into our regular session to be able to appoint officers, in both the lieutenant category and in the sergeant category. And so we will be doing that after, reviewing, their applications. Does anyone have anything else? We will also be doing tonight our normal review of the use of force for the last month, as part of our executive session. But that's what I've got for tonight's agenda. Anyone have anything else that they want to add? Chief? Yep.
So just to bring the commission up to speed, it was in the paper. I know there's some talk about it around the community, but I had a phone conversation with Alderman Tollerman and Alderwoman Rita Worthington regarding public safety. And certainly as one of the topics came up was camera systems, the ability to monitor throughout the city. So I am currently working with members of the staff here to put together a proposal about putting in very overt fixed lens or fixed field of view camera systems. We're working with a number of vendors out there to try to make it so that they're easily mobile, easy to connect. Most likely we'll use some sort of wireless AT&T, Verizon, LTE, 4G, 5G network instead of going to a wired system. So it gives us the mobility, the ease of installation, and the ability to view things. So our take on it here is to make them so that we can access them real time, although we can't monitor them real time. We just don't have that resource yet. But other communities right now that we're reaching out to have had great success with it. That have helped, in every case, solve crime, but in most cases, help reduce crime. So in case members of the commission come across members of the community that ask about it, that is what we're trying to do. We're trying to put that proposal together before the next meeting.
And the concept, of this is to have these be portable cameras that can focus on areas where we have, known crime or potential for criminal activity in certain hotspots that your crime analyst identifies, and that we wouldn't be putting up permanent cameras, in neighborhoods or on streets that would be there all the time. Our goal is to be able to, just focus on the areas where we're getting complaints, where we have known activity, to be able to, kind of help us and aid us in the investigative work, that we're doing. So that's so I'm glad that the Laws and Rules Committee is, interested in that, and our finance. So hopefully we'll be able to have some forward progress on that in the months ahead. So if there's nothing else, I think we are also joined tonight by our Common Council liaison, Alderman Davis. And so if there's a motion for us to be able to enter executive session to, do our interviews for this evening, I would ask that we invite Alderman Davis to join us for the interviews at this point as part of our executive session.
I'll make that motion, and Deputy Chief Bons as well.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Bowden. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, great. So we will see